It's a covenant that is, note this, mark this down, irrevocable. So what I want to do is I just want to share with you a little bit about what is and what that means. The first time that God covenants this land to Abraham, and that's found in Genesis chapter 17, verse 8. And it makes this statement. In verse 5, it says this: no longer shall your name be called Abram, but your name shall be called Abraham, for I've made you a father of many nations. Now, just as Jacob receives a new name, Abram also receives this new name. Now, for those of you that understand, as we're celebrating as a church Pentecost today, this is the outpouring of the Holy Spirit upon the church. This is the birth of the church. That's what we're celebrating today. And so with this, keep in mind that Abram had a name, Abram. And what happens is this, that God says, I'm going to give you another name. And so he gives him the name Abra. The ha is a breath. It's the ruach. And so with that, he's now the Spirit of God. The breath of God is in Abraham. Do you understand that when he goes from Abram to Abraham, the breath is now what? Now you have the spiritual guidance. So both Abram and Sarai get a new name. Abram goes to Abraham, and then Sarai goes to Sarah. Both of them are now spiritual. Now your mind, God says. You have this new name, this new character. You're not who you used to be, but now you have the Spirit. The same way with us. We're not who we used to be. Now what? We have the Spirit. After he gives Abraham his new name in verse 5, he says this: also I give to you and to your descendants after you the land in which you are a stranger. All the land of Canaan is an everlasting possession. I will be their God. Now, God gives to Abraham the blessing of the land. And it is this covenant that, keep in mind, is a covenant that cannot change. Because when God gives to Abram this land, what Abram does is this. God says, take these animals, cut them up, split them open. And then what's going to happen is when you did a covenant back in that day, you would have the sacrifice. You would have two sides of the sacrifice, and then one would pass through this way, the other would pass through this way, and you would meet in the middle and you would cross. And when you make that covenant, it's like this. The statement is, let I be like the animal if I break this covenant.